Are we recorded?
Yeah, we're on.
All right, here we are on the couch with Dan and Dane for another week. Today, we're actually going to talk about your interest rates. And if you're bitching and whinging about how they're going to be 2%, you know, and I'm going to wait till then you're going to be waiting for a long time. And I'm going to write that on your tombstone that you're still waiting.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like the last couple of years, I tell you what, it certainly lulled us into a false sense of security, right? And we're sitting there going, 2% interest rates, my house, like it's really easy to hold this investment property, interest only loan, 2%, cost me $5,000 a year.
Yep.
How good. But those good times, they are starting to dwindle and disappear very, very quickly because as everyone will probably know, the official cash rate, right, started at 0.1%. We're up at around about 4.1% right as we speak at the moment. But are we done yet? I think we're closer to the peak than we are to the bottom.
Yep.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, you're never going back to those 2%, right?
Oh, 100%, right? So the big thing too, when we do look at it as well with it increasing and, you know, it's under 5% at the moment. But if you look back through the history and if you're a nerd like I am and in your free time you want to jump on the RBA website and look back to 1995, but roughly sits around 5%. It was a once-in-a-lifetime situation where we went to 2%. Absolutely. It was a pandemic.
It was a pandemic. And I mean, if you think about it, you think about the RBA's fundamental role, their fundamental role is to keep inflation at a certain level.
Yep.
And one of their biggest triggers that they've got, or the biggest levers that they can pull, is the official cash rate. If they really need to stimulate the economy, i.e. the economy is in a world of hurt, they will drop the official cash rate. And that's where it was, 0.1%. Yep. And there was actually some other measures in place, which actually probably had it as a negative rate if you applied all those things as well. But what's happening is you can see now as our inflation has taken off, we've got inflation rates at like 7, 8% and that type of thing. What we're seeing is the economy growing again. And guess what? For you, me, everyone else around, the economy growing is a great thing. Yep. That means that we have a strong economy. That means we as a nation are growing. That means your property prices go up in value. That means the relative value of your loan that you have against it goes backwards in value as well. So there's always big positive things that come from a good, healthy economy. And between you and me, I don't want interest rates to go back to 2% because it means we're in a world of hurt. It means that there's some fundamental issues going on in the economy that we have to stimulate and get everything moving again. It's almost getting the defib out. And it's like you've had a heart attack, you're on the floor. We're going to get the defib going by dropping the interest rates. And that's the way you probably should be thinking about it. Where we are now is relatively, I would say like a safe, stable number is pretty reasonable for the consumer out there, you and me, as we're going to buy properties. But it's also good for the economy to be meeting those exact levels from an inflation perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a surge on demand, right? Yep. Back when we had 2%. And I don't know about you, I don't want to pay $12 for an iceberg fucking lettuce, you know, just because I get 2% at home. Okay? Yeah. So, how do we wrap this one up, Dan? Any closing remarks?
Mate, I think it's just a matter of the interest rate that you buy at today is the interest rate you're going to buy at today.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the same playing field. The market is experiencing the same thing. When interest rates go up, guess what? Everyone gets hurt by that as well. And interest rates go down, everyone gets to enjoy that as well. Main thing is being in the market. The longer you can hold an asset in the market, regardless of the interest rate, that is where you're going to get your best benefit from. Is just sticking it out in the market that you're experiencing at that time.
Yeah, and that's the importance of having a portfolio that can withstand these bumps and bruises. You know, so it's very important to make sure that the plan that you've got in place is achievable and you're not on me goring noodles every night because you've gone and over-mortgaged yourself to the shit house, right?
Absolutely.
So that's it, though, for this week. On the Couch with Dan and Dane. We'll see you next week.
See you then.